is now in custody. We have just learned new details that Henley turned himself in. Earlier, Air 7 was overhead as some of the alleged gang members were being processed at the FBI's LA field office. 19 were indicted. The FBI says Henley headed up the local Crips gang for decades. And investigators say that he painted himself as an entertainment executive who's been giving back to the community with various charities, but they say Henley is a criminal.
Since Rico got Big U, there have been a lot of talks about what else did the feds really found on him. And these streets are running wild that Big U might have had something to do with Rich Homie Quan's death because of an interview that he did right before his tragic passing. Ever since Rich Homie Quan passed away, there have always been weird conspiracy talking about how his death was more than just an OD, how it was a setup. His brother Andre was dragged into it. His baby mama Amber was also dragged in the mess. Even his father said that there was something sus about the entire thing.
Well, I can't, I'm not at liberty to speak on it.
I understand.
Because I don't know, my son could have died from something else, so that's something I would not speak on.
I got you.
But,
but
once the results are available and I do a second opinion, then I'll speak on it. And I'm not in denial about anything.
And now the speculations are back again, this time linking Big U. So in September 2024, Atlanta's own Rich Homie Quan was found laid out in his crib, unresponsive and cold. The official report was an accidental OD. The autopsy said his system had fentanyl, Xanax, codeine, the whole deadly cocktail. According to the official report, Quan's brother, Andre Munford, told the cops he woke up around 3 a.m. on September 5th and found Rich Homie asleep on the floor by the kitchen. Now, here's where it gets wild. Munford says Quan had food in his mouth. He described the scene as very unusual. Munford says he picked Quan up and put him on the couch. And get this, instead of dialing 911, he decided to take pictures and then move Quan to the couch. That means Rich Homie was alive at 3 a.m. Later, Quan's girlfriend, Amber Williams, woke up at 6:45 a.m. to take the kids to school. She says she saw Quan on the couch, covered him up, and then went back to bed when she got home. Then, around 11 a.m., she says she found him still on the couch, but this time, his body was cold and he wasn't breathing. And when the 911 call was released, people started saying Amber sounded too calm for someone who had just found out her man had passed away.
911, operator 7214. What is the location of your emergency? All right, you need police, fire, or ambulance?
I need an ambulance.
Tell me exactly what happened.
My boyfriend, he's been asleep on the couch since this morning. Well, he never came to bed last night. Sleep on the couch. I left him on the couch before I took my son to school this morning, put a blanket over him. And now I just checked on him again because he never got up. I don't feel a heartbeat. I don't see him breathing.
And you said, hold on, you said on the couch, and what happened?
I said I put a cover over him because it gets a little cool. He's in the living room. And now I just checked on him because I see he never got up. And I don't see him breathing. I don't feel a heartbeat or anything. And I turned him over. I see he kind of foamed at the mouth.
And he's not breathing, is that correct? I'm not hearing you.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
At the time, one user reacted to this entire story saying, that wasn't no OD, and further went on to say, somebody laced my boy's hands, and now the streets are running wild again, with Big U's name popping up like a ghost in the trap. If you don't already know Eugene, Big U Henley is a rolling 60s Crip OG, been holding it down in LA since the 80s. According to reports, dude's a shot caller, a connector, rappers, hustlers. Everybody know you don't slide through Cali without hollering at Big U. Like you have to check in with this, pay respect, or catch a problem. And Rich Homie Quan was probably the only one who was bold enough to call out Big U on that.
They said it's more dangerous right now with 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 3 o'clock in the morning.
The first time I ever went to LA, I went out there to shoot the party video.
Word.
But they knew what time I landed. They knew what hotel I was at. Right. So my mind fucked up. This is my first time going out there. He was like, yeah, man, we knew what time you landed. I was like, oh yeah, this shit different. He was like, yeah, you over there, you in a hotel room, Then what you call it, get your bag, ain't your driver? I was like, oh yeah, this shit different. So at the same time, I say that to say,
2008. So Quan said it was all love and for the community, no static. But fast forward to 2025, Big U catching a Rico case, the feds talking extortion, redrum, destruction of evidence, and now feds say Quan's interaction with Big U is part of the larger puzzle in this Rico case. Quan was Atlanta to the core, but he played the game coast to coast. He ain't just rap, he moved like a street dude who knew the rules. That check-in with Big U, some say it wasn't just pics with the kids. Whispers say it was about control. Big U and them West Coast OGs run a racket where rappers gotta pay dues to move safe in LA. And according to a popular theory, after checking in with Big U and talking about it publicly, Quan unknowingly made himself a mark for West Coast enemies. Or worse, people back in ATL tied to those same ops. One user said, people that check in don't understand LA gang culture. Every gang has multiple enemies. You actually inherit enemies by affiliating yourself with a particular set. Stay your ass on rodeo and shop like a normal rich person. Streets had to dig up a Schoolboy Q interview some months back where he was yelling checking-in's a scam, especially that type that do go on in LA. He painted it like a stinking scene of gangsters robbing gangsters.
Check in with somebody that's gonna rob you, stupid.
Wow.
Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know, mother in California got your back? The guy that got beef with other hoods and all this, you checking into that dude? Right. Bro, just go to the hotel, get you something to eat, go back to the hotel.
Do your business.
Go have some fun. Right. Where it's fun, why do you want to go over there?
Right.
For what? Right. Don't call me. Right. Oh, it's a you having a nerve to call me sometime, like.
So yeah, the official report says OD, but with Big U's name now in the hits, the feds are looking at every possible angle to build up a case, including the check-in and Quan's public talk about it. I still want to hear what you make off all this though, especially with the recent development with Big U's case. Was Quan a casualty of LA gang politics or just a victim of a laced substance? Drop your comments, and if you feeling this, then you should hit the subscribe button and jump on this next video.